Every great city has a story. Some are remembered for a single empire, some for a single war, some for a single moment that changed the world forever. But London is different. Its story cannot be told through one king, one queen, one battle, or one monument. It is a story written day after day, year after year, generation after generation. A story carved into stone, forged in iron, carried by the flowing waters of the River Thames, and witnessed by millions of ordinary people whose names have long been forgotten. Today, London stands as one of the world's greatest cities, a global capital of finance, culture, politics, and innovation. Its skyline is instantly recognizable. Its landmarks are known across every continent. Its streets welcome people from every corner of the planet. But none of this existed when our journey begins. Imagine standing on the southern bank of the River Thames, London in 1800. The Thames is crowded with wooden sailing ships and coal barges as the city begins its industrial expansion. 1805 to 1810, the city grows denser. Early Regency architecture begins to appear along the riverbanks as trade intensifies. 1815 to 1820. Following the Napoleonic Wars, London sees a surge in river traffic and the first major stone infrastructure projects. 1825 to 1830, the first steam-powered paddle wheelers begin to compete with traditional sailing vessels on the Thames. October 16, 1834, the medieval palace of Westminster is consumed by a massive fire, visible for miles. 1862 to 1865, massive engineering works begin to reclaim land and build the Victoria, embankment and sewage. 1868, the Elizabeth Tower Big Ben is completed, becoming the defining symbol of the London skyline. Von Bunn MCC Hun 1872, the new Westminster Bridge is teeming with horse-drawn traffic, linking the city in a new way. 1880, a thick yellow Victorian smog blankets the city, reducing visibility to a few feet. 1895 to 1899, the Victorian era reaches its peak density. The city is a forest of brick and smoke. 1895 to 1899, the Victorian era reaches its peak density. The city is a forest of brick and smoke. January 1901, Queen Victoria passes away. The city is draped in black as mourning crowds gather. 1905, the new century brings electricity and the first motor cars to the streets of Westminster. 1910, the London Underground expands rapidly and the city's pace accelerates. 1914, Britain enters World War I. Soldiers in khaki march across the bridge toward the trains. 1916, the city is quiet. Searchlights scan the night sky for Zeppelin. November 1918, war ends. The city erupts in celebration on the South Bank. 1924, flapper dresses and jazz. The city feels modern and energetic as new buildings rise. 1931, economic hardship. Crowds of unemployed men gather on the South Bank in the rain. 1935, red double-decker buses become a fixture on Westminster Bridge. 1939, war is declared again. The city prepares for the blackout.
Put those lights out. Close your curtains immediately.
September 1940, the first major air raids hit London. Fires burn along the river. 1941, Londoners sleep in the underground stations to escape the bombing. 1943, gaps appear in the skyline where buildings have been destroyed. The city is battered but standing. May 1945, war ends. Massive crowds fill the streets around Westminster to celebrate. 1948 to 1950. Cranes return to the skyline as rebuilding begins in earnest. 1953, coronation of Elizabeth II. The city is decorated with modern banners and lights. 1952, a lethal smoke covers London, the worst in its history, leading to the Clean Air Act. 1965, vibrant fashion and music. The city feels young and energetic as modern buses and cars fill the streets. 1975, concrete brutalist architecture begins to dominate parts of the South Bank. 1979, piles of rubbish and grey skies. The city feels weary and divided. 1985, 1988. The Big Bang in the city. Cranes rise in the docklands as the skyline begins its modern transformation. 1998. The London Eye begins construction on the South Bank, a new landmark for a new era. December 31st, 1999. Massive fireworks explode over the Thames as London enters the 21st century. 2005. London is a diverse, high-tech global city. People from all over the world fill the streets. 2012. London hosts the Olympics. The city is decorated with Olympic rings and banners. 2013. The Shard is completed, redefining the London skyline as the tallest building in Western Europe. 2018. Everyone is connected. People use smartphones and digital devices as they move through the city. 2020. During the global pandemic, the streets of London are eerily empty. 2022. Life returns to the city. People fill the streets and the river traffic resumes. 2024. London is a high-tech, sustainable global city. Electric buses and modern river clippers are the norm. 2026. The journey concludes. The city has transformed, but the view remains the same. Massive crowds gather along the South Bank to celebrate the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. People are dressed in their Sunday best, waving Union Jacks despite the damp morning air. Scaffolding rises around damaged buildings near the river as the city repairs. The final scars of the Blitz. Construction cranes are visible against the skyline. The iconic red Routemaster buses begin to dominate Westminster Bridge. Commuters in trench coats move with more purpose as the economy stabilizes. Modernist architecture begins to appear in the distance. The river traffic is a mix of old wooden barges and newer steel-hulled vessels. The air begins to clear as coal fires are restricted. The stone of Westminster looks cleaner, and people dress in lighter colors. Young people in fashionable attire begin to appear. The energy of the city is shifting towards the youth culture. London is the center of the world. Fashion is bold, and the river is busy with pleasure cruisers. The atmosphere is electric. The hippie movement influences fashion. People wear flowers and flowing fabrics, sitting on the grass near the river. A sense of technological awe fills the city. People gather around televisions and shop windows to see the latest progress. Britain switches to decimal currency. People look confused at their new coins as they buy newspapers. Traffic on the bridge is thinner due to petrol shortages. The mood is somber as the economic boom of the 60s fades. Concrete brutalist buildings now punctuate the skyline. The architectural style is functional and stark. The city is decked in bunting for the Queen's Silver Jubilee. Street parties and a sense of national pride return briefly. Rubbish piles up on the streets during widespread strikes. The mood is dark and frustrated. The wedding of Charles and Diana brings a massive, hopeful crowd back to the river. Fashion is romantic and soft. Young professionals in power suits begin to populate the South Bank. The era of the yuppie begins. A global consciousness emerges. People wear charity t-shirts and denim, gathered around portable radios. The deregulation of the financial markets leads to a massive building boom. The first cranes for Canary Wharf appear in the far distance. The rave scene influences fashion. Bright neon colors and baggy clothes appear on the streets. A new sense of European unity. People carry backpacks and travel more freely, looking at maps of the city. Football culture becomes mainstream. Fans in colorful jerseys cross the bridge on match days. London feels more connected to Europe than ever. New high-speed trains are the talk of the city. British fashion, music, and art are at their peak. The atmosphere is confident and vibrant. Following the death of Princess Diana, a sea of flowers covers the areas near the palaces. The city is silent and somber. The London Eye is under construction, a giant wheel being raised over the river. The skyline is changing forever. The London Eye is complete and open. Fireworks fill the sky as the city celebrates the arrival of the year 2000.
A toast
50
to
years
Her
of the Queen's
Majesty.
reign, the city is once again festive, with a more modern, multicultural feel. Mobile phones are everywhere. People are constantly connected, capturing their surroundings on early digital cameras. Following the 7/7 bombings, the city shows its strength. People continue their daily lives, but with a quiet, shared determination. The foundation for the Shard is laid. The skyline is once again dominated by massive construction equipment. The iPhone has changed everything. People are constantly looking down at their screens as they move through the city. Another royal wedding brings the city together. The mood is celebratory and modern, with a global audience watching. The city is the center of the sporting world. The Olympic rings are displayed on the bridge, and the atmosphere is electric. The Shard is now the tallest building in the city, its glass facets reflecting the sky. The skyline is fully modern,